local people, important issues. CBS 10 WILM's weekly focus on the Lower Cape Fear region. This is Byline Wilmington with your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome and good morning. Well, it's a new age of communicating in the 21st century. Today we look at the world of social media, including Twitter and Facebook and MySpace. These are all a part of a red-hot electronic fad. Our guests are both users. I guess it's appropriate to say users. Kirsty Piper is with the public relations firm Talk PR, and she's an avid Twitterer. And Ty Downing is the founder and operator of Third Street Plaza, which is a local social media outlet. Thank you both for being here. Would that be an appropriate term, fad?
Oh, I don't think anymore. I don't think you can call it a fad. I think you have to call it sort of the way communication is going and how things are evolving and changing today.
Well, it's interesting. I want to share with our viewers that when I found out Ty was operating a Third Street Plaza, actually my director, Steve Clem, was the guy that turned me onto it. And I found you on Facebook, which I'm a member of. And I said, I'd like to have you on the show. I said, give me a call. You said, why don't we do this all via the social media? So I never actually met you until today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was a great, so we did it all via Facebook, and this is when he walked to the studio. It was the first time I ever saw him or spoke to him face to face. It's not a fad?
Not at all. As Kirsty mentioned, it's gaining momentum, and the way people are engaging and people now making decisions on where they're going to stay as a hotel, where they're going to eat, it's pushing more and more to user-generated content. So it's definitely gaining momentum.
So as I said, I'm on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Twitter's a whole other thing for me. Although if you watch CNN or MSNBC or Fox, any of the outlets there, you can find us on Twitter. You Twitter.
Yes, and I love to Twitter. I Twitter a lot. And what I tell people who are hesitant to go onto Twitter, because maybe they say, I don't want to put my life out there. Well, that's a terrible excuse because you don't have to. And the truth is that Twitter is a great tool for listening and learning as much as it is for talking and broadcasting.
But a lot of folks that are on Twitter, it's basically a personal statement they make. You just Twittered, by the way, didn't you?
Yes.
Saying to your, and we'll get into what, your followers, I guess. Or
yes.
On Facebook, they're friends.
Right.
My director said your tweets. Is that
yes, my tweets. Welcome to the new age of new media.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, how many times a day do you Twitter?
Oh boy, maybe 15 times, but you get used to it to a point that you can find tools to schedule your tweets. Some days I wake up half an hour early, I schedule all my tweets for the day, and I am set.
What do you mean you schedule them? What does that mean?
There are tools online like tweetlater.com or hootsuite.com that allows you to schedule your tweets. And everyone uses Twitter for a different purpose. I personally like to share information that I find, interesting articles I read about PR, marketing, social media.
In your field?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you use it, Ty?
Very similar. I like to engage people, and what we like to emphasize, even with our business, as we teach people how to use social media tools, is it's not always about the tools. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, these are all tools, but if you don't use that tool properly, then it's of no value. So if I put out 20 tweets in a day, I want to make sure I'm also engaging people. If I see somebody else that's in my stream, then I want to find out what they're all about. I want to engage them, ask them questions.
Like you would if you met somebody in a restaurant or at a bar.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is, and
yes.
What do you do? And that. Mm-hmm. Are we replacing like people to personal conversation, live conversation with like electronic conversation?
No, and I think that's a dangerous way to think.
Yeah.
But really social networking is just what you do every day, whether you go to Rotary Club, whether you go to Kiwanis, and it's taking that conversation online, which is making it smarter, faster, searchable by other people. It's really a fascinating thing.
Yes.
We have people twittering things like, I'm going to take a shower now. I finished my shower. I wonder what I'll have for breakfast. I just ate breakfast. I had pancakes. They were really good.
That is terrible Twitter.
But that's true. Isn't there people, young kids particularly, are doing stuff like like that? And do we care?
The key question I think to ask yourself when you're Twittering is, am I being useful? Am I sharing information? Am I being funny? Maybe if you did it in a funny way,
entertaining
way to make people, comment, or maybe you bring up a controversy, then that is okay. But yeah, definitely it's poor Twittiquette to just mention that you're brushing your teeth right now.
But it's kind of like, think of if you go to a cocktail party. These are conversations like you're going to a party. Right. What would you tell a friend at a party? Would you walk up to you and say, "My cat looks pretty"? I mean, you do have to think about these things.
That's an interesting perspective.
Because that's what these tools gather and bring people together and get engagement. So you have to be, like Christy says, it's a great advice. There's etiquette on these social tools.
Twittiquette.
Mm-hmm.
Twittiquette.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ty, I get, and we were talking before we went on camera, emails like way too many, and I'm bombarded with emails, and so now I have to check my Facebook, and then I have to check, because I am on Facebook, then I have to check my emails, and is there a chance that it'll be over, it'll be over too much? Or just too much information?
Well, remember, people are in control now, and that's why social media has become so popular. And you will always be able to decide if you want. Right now we have spam blockers. We can control ads on Google. You can control whatever information you do want or do not want. So we do see that. In fact, recently there was a report. I don't know if it was forced or not, that social media tools are actually eclipsing email. It's not going to replace email, but they're actually becoming more of a quicker stream to get communications across. So Kirsty mentioned tools of social media. There's tools like Ping FM, others that are Ping FM, which allows you to upload one message across all your social networks.
Yeah, actually, I am working on a committee, and we have a series of events coming up, and I could do a page on Facebook about this event and then send it out. I mean, it's a great way to promote all kinds of things.
Yes.
Actually, we're going to come back and we're going to talk more with Kirsty Piper, who's with Talk Inc., a public relations firm, an avid Twitterer. And we'll talk more with Ty Downing, who's also our guest. Ty is the founder and operator of Third Street Plaza. That's a local social media outlet. We'll talk more about that and the business aspect of all of this when we come back. Stay with us.